Hello everybody, this is Darren Redmond for Redmond's Wrap-Up on Wednesday, September 12th. Why is it called Redmond's Wrap-Up? For a lot of reasons, but one of which, the situation may not be solved until I give my opinion. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about this Serena Williams situation. Overblown on 94 different sides, as usual. Clickbait for some, easy talking points for some other people so they can get out the pom-poms one way or another. And again, people are not giving any historical narrative on anything. So I want to give a little bit of my perspective on it. For those of you who know me or know my writings on FHT Sports, I think she's the GOAT. She's the greatest of all time. Maybe not just in tennis, but any living athlete, and what she was able to do, surgery, have a child, stay at the top of her game for so long. And then there are people recently, after what happened at the US Open, first off, she got beat by a wonderful, wonderful player. There's going to be a great rivalry right now. For those of you into NASCAR, what you got right now, we saw in NASCAR, years ago. And that's when there was sort of the changing of the guard, right? The giants of the Richard Pettys and the Dale Earnhardts, and then you have the younger guys coming in, the new young guns that are actually out of things right now. The Tony Stewarts of the world and whatnot. You have that happening right now in tennis. Now let's talk a little bit about what happened with the chair judge at the US Open. This was not anything new that this guy does. He selectively chooses when he calls those penalties. Let me tell you something. From a Division III football player, and if my man Brian Saul, one of the best linebackers I've ever played with, ever saw on a collegiate field, and a lifelong Marine, because you're never a former Marine, he used to say, Red, you hold on every play. And you know what? I did hold on every play. Every single play. Practice in a game. But you know what? 99% of the time, I got away with it. So when somebody says, oh, of course he's coaching, everybody coach, you got caught. Well, you can't call that in a big, yes you can. Why? Because you know that this umpire, this chair ump, has done this in the past. Twice last year to males. And by the way, like I said, I'm a big Serena fan. Now, Serena smashes her racket. Serena yells at the judge, the chair judge. And then people are saying, well, John McEnroe and Jimmy Connors, and I said that as well. But here's the truth, it's not the 1970s anymore. You can't say in baseball, well, Tom Seaver hit a guy in the head if the guy before him hit a home run and showed him up. That's not the game anymore. Quite frankly, I wish we can go back to that game, because I tell you wouldn't have so many home runs with people crowding the plate. Now, you can't smash your racket anymore and yell at the officials now and not expect to get a misconduct. Now, a game misconduct, I thought it was harsh. I thought it was very harsh. Understand, I don't agree with what he did, but it's within the tenets of his ability to do in the game. And it's not a big deal. Serena played well, got to the finals. I think she did a great job at the very, very end, sort of when people were booing, hey, don't boo, give the champion her time. I don't like some of the things she said, but you know what? I don't judge a person on an angry outburst, one or two or three. Anyway, look, we learned in a book called the Bible a long time ago, those without sin cast the first stone, right? Cast the first stone. I don't like the microphones, period. What are you learning? Other than the fact that these people are human and they get emotional. In NASCAR, you're driving 200 miles an hour, and somebody cuts you off and you get into an accident, half a lap from winning. And then you wonder why they go after each other. You wonder why a person might curse on an open mic. Why are you sticking a microphone there? How about we stick a microphone in your house after you tell your kid to clean the room? You're probably cursing, or you're probably talking in a way, in a tonality that you might not if you were at Thanksgiving dinner over a friend's house. My point is, this Serena thing is a big nothing burger. She got upset. He fined her. Do I think he should have, given her a game? No. But it's within the tenets of the rule. It's like the neighborhood play at second base. You know, some people call it, some people don't. But this guy has a history of doing these kind of things. You have to know who your officials are. So, at the end of the day, Serena, I think she's the GOAT. And I hope this puts some perspective on it, people. Because nobody died. It's not everything is a cause for now where, oh, we got to march one way or another. It's a game. And you know what? She's really, really good, and she's probably going to win more US Opens. And I don't like the fact that he made the call, but he made the call. Next time you're in line at Starbucks and you honk the horn because somebody takes too long ordering their latte, I want you to think about some of these athletes who on a live mic sometimes might get upset. So I hope that makes sense. If it's a little convoluted, I think you know what I'm trying to say. Serena, greatest of all time. Tom Brady, far from the greatest of all time. Probably the second best right now. Serena, greatest of all time. Serena had a moment, a microphone moment. Who cares? Move on. The umpire would have never made that call. Don't like that he made the call, but he has a history of doing this to male and female, doubles, singles. He makes himself part of the situation. But you know, to call him anything else is hurtful, shameful, and you should know better. This is Darren Redmond for Redmond's Wrap Up. You can wrap this thing up now and put it in a bow. I've said my piece. Watch follow, subscribe to FHT Sports. This is Darren Redmond signing out.